Good morning, I'm Taylor Epps. Thanks for joining us for Mornings on the Hill.
And I'm Casey Busher. Here's a look at some of the stories we'll be talking about over the next hour.
You're self-tested. Health Services offers students a way to stay safe from STDs. We'll show you more on what services they are offering.
And two Theta Tau brothers will continue to attend classes after a federal judge denies the university's request for an injunction.
Plus, remembering Pan Am Flight 103. Stay tuned to see how SU honors the students lost in the terrorist bombing 30 years ago.
All that plus your weather and orange sports coming up on this edition of Mornings on the Hill. Our top story this hour, the university will hold a special 2-day STI testing event to help fight the record-breaking numbers of infections across the nation.
Our Tyler Lowe joins us live from outside Syracuse University's Health Services to tell us how you can stay safe. Tyler, good morning.
Taylor and Casey, good morning. The statistics are sobering. 1 in 2 sexually active adults will get an STD before age 25, and many will never even know. Professionals here at Health Services are working to make sure that you can always play safe.
University Health Services will host a 2-day free and confidential STD testing event next week on campus. SU Nurse Manager Leanne Lane said that Health Services has been working with local organizations to provide students access to any sexual health services they need, regardless of the anxieties that can surround such a personal topic.
Our goal was to find a community partner for those students that are somewhat anxious about getting testing done and don't necessarily want their parents to be made aware, which results in the need for free testing.
Lane said that students who are enrolled in the university's health insurance have 100% confidentiality since the plan is associated with their mailing address. The same is not always true for students covered under their parents' plan.
Aside from their parents not wanting their parents to know, I think the biggest thing is fear. They don't want to know if they're positive. I think they want to know that they're negative, but the fear of coming in and hearing that they're actually positive is enough to hold people back.
Lane also said that the sharp rise in STI infection rates are made worse by the fact that the antibiotics commonly used in treatment are becoming less effective.
It's recommended that sexually active individuals get tested every 3 months, in between partners or prior to starting a new relationship. Curbing the rate of STI infection means normalizing STI testing, removing taboos simply by talking about it more.
Recognizing that the medium can be more important than the message, SU trains student brand ambassadors like sophomore Julia Cutler to dispel myths and provide safe sex supplies with peer-to-peer education.
The statistic is that over 50% of sexually active individuals under the age of 25 will get an STD sometime in their life. We just want to defeat that stigma and, say that STIs aren't anything dirty. It's completely normal.
The Get Yourself Tested event will take place on October 20th and 21st from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. here at Health Services. The event is free and confidential. Just don't forget to bring your student ID. Reporting live, I'm Tyler Lowell for Mornings on the Hill. Taylor and Casey, back to you.
Thank you, Tyler. Elsewhere on campus, students may have seen helicopters and heavy police activity on Comstock Avenue by Oakwood Cemetery around 9 p.m. last night. Police say they shut down the cemetery side of the street after a man attempted suicide. The man is currently in police custody. It is unclear if he will face any charges.
The weather in Syracuse has been pretty nice lately, but rain is on the way.
Rebekah Castor is live to tell us when we can expect thunderstorms and when fall temperatures will be coming.
Thanks, Taylor and Casey. It's going to be another beautiful day here in Syracuse, and it's beginning to feel like fall. Temperatures right now are at about 63 degrees, and we're only going to see them rise to about 70 degrees later today. Looking at your 5-day forecast, we'll see that rain is coming your way tomorrow with a high of 74 degrees. Friday, we have thunderstorms rolling in with a high of 83 degrees. Now, Friday is expected to be the last pretty warm day here in Syracuse. As you see, cooler temperatures are rolling in this weekend, and those temperatures are expected to stay, so fall is almost here. Saturday we have a high of 61 with mostly cloudy skies, and Sunday it will be pretty sunny most of the day, so this weekend will be great to do any fall activities that you've been looking forward to. Back to you, Taylor and Casey in studio.
Thanks, Rebekah. Students attending large-scale events will no longer have to face a security pat-down.
University officials say they've implemented a new policy that is less invasive and enhances student safety.
Students attending these events will now be scanned with a metal detector wand and asked to put all metal objects in a bin. The new policy took effect at the beginning of the month. Events at Goldstein Auditorium and Schine Student Center, Schine Underground, and Sky Barn on South Campus will have the new security measures. The policy extends to other large-scale events like Mayfest, Senior Celebration, and last weekend's Juice Jam.
This security update comes after the Dome's new clear bag policy and walk-through metal detectors. Dean of Students Robert Haratsky says he notices the pat-down procedure was too hands-on and a bit too out of date.
It was really taking a look at what we were doing in light of other venues and looking at ways that we could create a less invasive approach.
Haratsky says the new policy will take some getting used to and that changes have been made to make lines shorter.
He says this is the last of several campus security updates for this academic year. Syracuse University is following the footsteps of Starbucks. Beginning this fall, SU has opted to ban straws in all 5 of its dining centers.
The ban will make it easier for food services to filter out composted waste. Before the straw ban, food services would have to filter out plastic straws that were accidentally thrown into the compost bins instead of recycling.
School is officially kicked back in session and stress levels are rising higher each day.
Our Sunny Sai is live in studio with one way students can prepare themselves for success this year.
The university is continuing the Foundations workshop that started last year. Different departments on campus work together to teach students life skills. The 6-week series focuses on student self-improvement. Each year's topics include physical health, finances, leadership, and self-care. Undergrads who attend these workshops are eligible for a $1,000 scholarship. Every series has a different theme, and this semester's theme is boundaries.
The biggest ones for us is just self-awareness and self-efficacy. Like, we just want them to have a greater understanding of who they are as a person and how these skills are tangible and real and applicable to their everyday life.
Chairman Mark Trumbo says Foundations teaches practical skill students that can apply to all disciplines of their lives. Trumbo also adds that he would like to make the series more experiential with hands-on participation by the students. This semester's Foundation series will end with scholarship awards on October 29th. This has been Sunny Side for Morning on the Hills. Back to you, Casey and Taylor.
Coming up here on Mornings on the Hill.
Also coming up, a Greek consulting company came to Syracuse in order to evaluate the Greek culture of life. Stay with us for those stories and much more here on
Pictured
Mornings on
here
the Hill.
are the remains of
Welcome back to Mornings on the Hill. A new park is now open in Central New York, only 30 minutes from campus. Located in Madison County, the park includes 60 acres of land and a 2-tiered waterfall.
The park was originally owned by a retired SU professor. He sold the land to the county so everyone could enjoy the beauty of the falls. Visitors are already exploring.
Well, they're beautiful, and it looks wheelchair accessible. It's an easy walk in and out. There aren't really hiking trails yet, but we're hoping that they'll make one up so you can see the upper falls better.
The county plans to keep developing the park. Visitors can expect more marked trails, picnic tables, and restrooms. The first place winners of the Invent at SU competition spent 6 weeks creating wearable IV device and won $5,000 towards their project.
Our Rebekah Gutierrez is live in studio with This Morning with the winners.
Thanks, Taylor and Casey. I'm joined this morning with Syracuse University seniors Alec Gillander and Quinn King. Thanks for joining us, guys. Yeah, so I'm going to get right to it. What made you decide to join the competition?
Well, we just thought it was going to be a really awesome opportunity for us as industrial designers to partake in a competition that was made primarily for engineers and show what we can do. And last year, Kayla, the last year winners of the Invent SU competition, gave a speech and made it clear that there had been no industrial designers to win before, and we were just really excited to join.
So you guys were the first industrial design winners, right? Awesome. Yeah. What inspired you to create the wearable IV device?
So I came up with the idea a long time ago because my mother had breast cancer,
And so I had to watch her go through the house and carry around this constant reminder of her sickness, which was this IV pole. And so I noticed that it was hard for her to go to the bathroom, go up staircase, you know, all these issues. So I thought maybe one day I could invent a portable IV system. And then with the help of Alec, we were able to make it come to life.
Awesome. So basically, the portable ID device is just strapped to the body, and you can walk around up and down without the pole.
Yeah, so you can take the IV bag and put it directly onto your body, so you can just move around hands-free, whether it be in the hospital or out in a disaster situation. So, yeah.
Awesome. So what's the response you've gotten from after the competition?
Well, we've all around campus, all these people have been contacting us and helping us grow our new company, which is MedX, or MedUX for short, which essentially we're trying to create a medical product company that considers the user's needs more than ever before. So Live is going to be our first product that comes out, the Liberating Intravenous, but then hopefully in the future we'll redesign some more medical products as well.
Yeah, when we were doing the final pitch to the judges, it was kind of exciting because I think we got a lot of traction because Bill Allen from Welch Allen was like super invested in the idea. He was one of the judges, and he was super invested and said that he wished he had thought of it, and it was like really exciting moment. And then Linda took us on as like a mentor, and we've really just been like getting a lot of traction since then. It's really exciting.
Yeah, we're trying to keep that momentum, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you guys won $5,000. So where's that going to?
Well,
is it partying? Is it college books? Or
yeah. So since Live, the Liberating Intravenous, we're going to try to expand it into MedX, which is a medical user experience product design company that we're trying to do. And yeah, we're trying to put everything towards that and move forward and grow and then enter a lot more competitions and hopefully win more money so we can make more connections and grow.
Yeah, we have a lot of competitions lined up in the future.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so is that your next step, more competitions?
Essentially, yeah.
Absolutely, and just make more connections.
Make more connections.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right, well, thanks again, Alec and Quinn, for joining us. I'm Rebekah Castor, live in the studio. Back to you.
At least 2 brothers of Theta Tau who are involved in a lawsuit against the university will continue to attend classes until mid-October. On Tuesday, a federal state judge ruled that the lawsuit will proceed after SU's request for an injunction to stop the trial was denied.
The students were initially due in court today, but according to Karen Felter, a lawyer who's representing the students, SU's legal team had requested to push back the hearing to October 17th.
University administrators are bringing in outside eyes to help make sense of the fraternity scandal that rattled the SU campus this past spring.
Our Emily Barkan is live in the newsroom to take us deeper into student reactions to our new visitors.
Pictured here are the remains of professional fraternity Theta Tau. This past April, a video surfaced showing members taking part in a pledging ceremony where brothers shared racist, sexist, homophobic, and ableist remarks.
That kind of behavior is not and will not ever be tolerated in the Greek community.
Although members of the Syracuse University community have moved past the initial pain that the video caused, Greek leaders and school administration are still trying to deal with the aftermath. University administrators hired a Greek consulting company to examine Greek life this week. So far, the outcome seems hopeful.
We had a lot of talks about what's been going wrong in Greek life, and they seem very open to trying to help us. I think we're off to a good start to the week.
The review is simply a closer look at all facets of Greek life on campus. Some students have had misconceptions.
Everyone thinks that they're coming in just to punish us or to take things away, and I don't think that that's why they're here.
Consultants working on the review are here until this afternoon. A comprehensive analysis of Greek life at Syracuse University will be available in the spring. For Mornings on the Hill, I'm Emily Barkan.
Cuse is in the house. Students and faculty are still buzzing over SU's historic win over Florida State this weekend. The Orange took down the Noles 30-7 for the first time in over 50 years. Days later, fans are still feeling the victory. Even students that are studying abroad are also excited about the SU win. One alumni ran into some students in London and tweeted, "Saw a guy wearing a Syracuse U shirt near the Tower of London. Said go Orange," and talked about how the football team is doing well. Syracuse is everywhere. Students back at home are excited about the win as well, with one student tweeting, "Cuse football team is 3-0. Great way to start the season." Another student agrees, tweeting, "Syracuse greater than any college football team." So as you can see, students are definitely excited about the season to come. Don Musella has your highs from this weekend's game coming up. I'm Rebekah Castor, and that's your Orange Buzz.
Thanks, Rebekah, and that's right, a big ACC matchup has Orange Nation riled up. The football team is off to an undefeated start. We'll start with the Florida State Seminoles making a trip to the Carrier Dome. Low-scoring affair in the middle of the second. Francois looking down the sideline, but it's Chris Frederick with the pick, setting up Syracuse with great field position. Ensuing possession, Tommy DeVito in for the injured Eric Dungy, and he hooks up with Jamal Custis, who makes the leaping grab. Cuse would settle for a field goal and head to the locker room with a 6-0 lead. That's Donovan McNabb, longtime Eagles quarterback and Syracuse alum, honoring the 96 and 98 teams on their Big East title seasons. Third quarter of action, and how about this guy? Tommy DeVito, the redshirt freshman from Don Bosco Prep in New Jersey, on the QB sneak. He puts the Orange up 13-0. Very next drive, it's another highly touted recruit, Jarvian Howard, breaking free. He's at the 20, at the 10, and he's brought down at the goal line. True freshman setting up Cuse with a 1st and goal. And Tommy DeVito off a play action pass, finding the tight end Ravian Pierce for the touchdown. And folks, this one's getting out of hand. Francois and the Seminoles looking for something, anything, but he is sacked by Kingsley Jonathan on his own 30, and Cuse Nation has every reason to be riled up. Syracuse's first win against Florida State since 1966, and it's the first 3-0 start of the Dino Babers era. The big win prompted an epic post-game speech from Coach. Take a look here.
The last time it happened, the 66 Mustang was the baddest thing on the road. Because I'm telling you now. Shit, now. I'm telling you now. You just put yourself on the map.
Tremendous speech from Coach Babers. They'll take on UConn this Saturday at 4 p.m. in the Dome. Other news from this weekend, women's soccer took the pitch against Duke. 13th ranked Duke coming into town, 34th minute. Taylor Raspiosi gets the one-timer to go. Just 4 minutes later, Blue Devils on the attack again, and it's Mary Kate McGuire with the upper 90 finish. Second half of play, and Duke is going to take advantage of all these corners. That's Lily Nabbit making it a 3-0 game in the 55th. In the 71st now, it's the ACC preseason All-American Kayla McCoy making it a 4-0 game. Another look at that corner as she megs Syracuse goalkeeper Lysanne Prue. Prue had a season-high 8 saves, but the Orange dropped this one 4-0. Blue Devils improved to 7-1, while Syracuse falls to 3-6 on the season. That'll do it for this week's edition of the Orange Sports Update. Still to come on Mornings on the Hill, we have a Pan Am exhibit story. That and more just ahead on Mornings on the Hill. We'll be back shortly.
It is the 30th anniversary of Pan Am Flight 103, when 35 Syracuse University students lost their lives from a terrorist attack. Family and friends of the victims have donated items to the exhibit, scholarships, and art. The Pan Am exhibit, We Remember Them, will be on display at the Byrd Library until June 2019.
Pan Am 103 archivist and assistant university archivist Vanessa St. Ogerman says the exhibit is very important to the university to be able to showcase the lives of the students who passed away.
It's the 30th anniversary of the bombing of Pan Am Flight 103, so here on campus at Syracuse, where we lost 35 of our study abroad students, we wanted to make sure that we were commemorating that anniversary in a very special way. It's a very important thing to the university to be entrusted with these materials, and we didn't want to focus on how their loved ones died. We wanted to focus on all of the wonderful things that have come out of such a terrible tragedy.
It's National Hispanic Heritage Month, and Point of Contact Gallery is honoring Latin American artists in their new exhibition. Pieces of Syracuse University Art Gallery's Lightwork and Community Folk Art Center are featured in this show.
Sueños, Celebrating the Surreal, is curated by Assistant Director and SU Art History graduate Natalie McGrath. The exhibition is titled after the Spanish word for dreams and shares characteristics of dreamlike imagery.
Jose Kuglielski. The tower is a metal frame with windows allowing viewers to peer inside a structure where they can see eerie images, many of which he shot
Contact has always had a mission to represent artists who have been present, but maybe not necessarily recognized in the way that they should be.
Kugielski is one of many Latin American artists with works on display at the gallery. The exhibition celebrates Hispanic artists who have not been traditionally acknowledged compared to their male European counterparts.
You can check out Sueños Celebrating the Surreal until September 21st at the Point of Contact Gallery. Its hours are Monday through Friday from noon to 5 or by special appointment. Best of all, admission is free.
I'm Malaysia Williams, and here's what's going on this weekend here on the Hill. Tomorrow from 9 a.m.